What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be working on my YZ250F. Now this bike is in pieces right now. That is because I just bought it, and usually with new bikes I like to just go through, take them apart, and it not only lets me learn about the bike and learn how it goes together, but it also is just so I can go through and clean everything and make everything in all nice good new shape and look as new as possible. And one of the main things on the bike that's been bugging me is this exhaust on it. It's got the aftermarket GYTR exhaust on it, not the FMF power cord, just the regular Yamaha brand one. And on the whole header pipe, it's rusting and there's all this grossness on it, along with all on here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to show you guys how to make your pipes look brand new. Since my bike is black and white and it has the black graphics, I think I'm gonna paint the whole header pipe on this black, so it'll end up looking like the pipe on my DRZ, which is a nice matte black, along with the pipe on my little brother's bike. It is also all matte black that we just went through and painted, so it looks all good. So in this video I'm just gonna show you guys how I paint these pipes. I don't plan on painting the whole muffler part. I'm painting from this line over and then this whole header pipe. And my header pipe does have a dent in it, but I'm not too worried about it. I'll fix it if it gets worse, but I plan on, I don't want to say I plan on dropping this bike, but who knows what can happen, so I don't want to go through and spend the time or money to fix that just yet. So there are like two main things that you guys need to do this to your pipe. It's actually pretty simple. You need sandpaper just to get off all the rust and stuff and scuff up the surface. And then you need this, the Rust-Oleum high heat paint, because it not only stops rust, but it has to be able to withstand the heat that the exhaust takes. I chose matte black. I think it looks good. They have a gloss black and I think gray and other colors. So I could get like a chromish gray to match, but I think that the matte black is gonna look good with the black accents on the plastics. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is just go through and wipe off this whole pipe, so that way I'm not sitting here sanding away mud. I'm actually scuffing it up. So I just use regular Clorox wipes, just regular wet wipes, I don't know. It's just what I have in here. You can probably just get away with just water or anything you want. So I'm just gonna go through, clean off the whole pipe before I go through and sand it to be painted, just so that there's no mud on it. What this stuff is, but it's not rust. It's some like bright orange mud, and this pipe is literally covered in it. There is rust in some spots, so I am gonna have to go through and sand it and repaint it, because I want that rust to stop. I don't want the whole pipe to start rotting out. But okay, so I finished wiping it down. And as you can see, all this right here is just all rust. Like this end kind of cleaned up, the mud came off, but this is just all rust. And I don't want my exhaust to rot out. I'm not too worried about this dent. I'm probably just gonna paint right over it. I could, plug both ends, fill it with water, let it expand or whatever, but I'm not too worried about it. So now I have to go through, sand off all the rust, scuff up the whole pipe, and get that all figured out, so that way I can go through and paint it. Okay, so went through, sanded the pipe. It's nice and silver now. Didn't really pay attention to what I was doing, and I got crap on my Adam LZ shirt, so that's kind of annoying. I don't plan on painting this gold flange right here that goes into the header. I think I'm just gonna tape it off and paint this whole thing black. I didn't think you guys wanted to watch me sand the whole pipe. I think you get the idea. Still have to sand this one, so I'm gonna go do that, and then I will be back with you guys once I am about to paint the pipe. Okay, so this pipe has been all sanded. It's all nice and shiny now for the most part. Now it's time for me to go through and paint it. But it's January right now, and it is below 30, so I don't know what I want to do, because usually I'll open up my garage door and hang it out there. But the thing is that spray paint does not act well in the cold. Okay, so like I was saying, spray paint doesn't bond properly out in the cold, especially in below 30 weather. So I will probably end up hanging the pipe up somewhere in my garage and spray painting it, and then opening up the garage door afterwards to let all the fumes vent out. So I'm gonna go through, find a spot to hang the pipe, and then I'll be right back. I got the pipe hanging by some fishing line, kind of near my garage door, but like I'm not gonna get paint on it or any of my bikes. I moved them all out of the way. So what I found works best with this type of paint is if you just kind of like dust on the smallest layer possible first, and do that like maybe twice to maybe even 3 times. Just like build up that small layer instead of putting on like just like a heavy first coat. Just like barely dust it on, and it helps to make like a better finished result, I guess. Helps the paint stick better and just helps it overall look better. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll set up the tripod so you guys can watch. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this in 2 sections. I'm gonna do this whole bottom half first and the top half, so that way this flange, I'll have it up here for now, do the bottom half, and then I'll flip it down here, do the top half. So I put on that first light little dust coat, and then the next coat will be a little bit thicker, and then a little bit thicker until it's all fully filled in. And then I'll wait for that to fully dry, flip the flange down, and paint that part. Alright, so the first header pipe is almost done. So now I got the actual silencer itself hanging here with the mid pipe and the silencer on it. I taped off the whole silencer, just painting the mid pipe. So I'm gonna go through and do the whole little dust layer again, and then end up painting it fully, like what the header tube looks like. And I had to use a little bit stronger cable for this, because obviously it's a lot heavier than that. The good thing is I can hold this thing still now. The other pipe, I was painting the whole thing, so I wasn't able to. Alright guys, so I just finished painting my pipe. This is what it looks like. Just kicked my tripod. But okay, so I didn't paint any of the silencer. There's all duct tape right there, so don't worry about that. So it starts from about right here down. All nice black paint. Same thing with the header tube, all nice black paint. So my plan is to let these hang here for probably another, I don't know, I'd say until tomorrow at least. Let the paint just fully cure, so that way as I'm putting it back on, it doesn't scratch. There's a little part that I had to paint down there. And then I will show you guys what it looks like once I put it back on my bike. So it's later on in the day now. The paint should be fully dried on the pipes. They're still hanging here from the ceiling, but it should be all fully dried. So I'm gonna go through, put on the header pipe, then I'll pull the tape off and put on the tailpipe or whatever the hell you want to call it, silencer, muffler, mid-pipe, I don't even know what the header looks like now that it's all painted. I did leave this part gold, so I gotta grab the screws. So now I get to put this back on. I stuck a piece of paper towel in the bike so it didn't get messed up at all. Like, so nothing got into it, I mean. I'm gonna use that to wipe the WD-40 off my hands so I don't smear WD-40 all over the header. It just goes, put in here. I'm gonna be very careful when I do this, so that way I do not scratch the pipe. I had issues getting this flange on earlier. I mean off, not on. I had issues getting it off. And it seemed to have gone on there pretty well. I got WD-40 everywhere now. Just wonderful. So now I gotta put these two nuts on. They are 12mm nuts. Now I gotta put on the muffler. I forgot to turn the camera on when I was putting in the pipe. So I got it in. Now I am just putting in the final screws. Alright, so the pipe is back on all the way. I'm gonna start it up just to help like dry it and all that stuff, so yeah. Enjoyed the video. If you mess up your pipe, it's not my fault, but I'd say it looks a heck of a lot better than the previous pipe did, the way that it came from the factory. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.